Well, it's time now for business, and let's begin by taking a look at how things are looking on the Asian markets. The Nikkei is closed today, but all other indices, as you can see, they're trading in negative territory. The Hang Seng down 1%, the Kospi down 0.2%, and the Shanghai Composite down almost half a percentage point, as you can see there. Some of the world's best-known banks have knowingly processed vast sums of dirty money over the course of years. That's the conclusion of an international journalism investigation published on Sunday. The work was based on thousands of suspicious activity reports submitted to the US Treasury Department's law enforcement agency. Head market strategist for Asia Pacific at Axie Trader, Stephen Innes, has more.
It's probably one of the worst things that can happen in the banking sector is when you get your hands caught in the proverbial money laundering cookie jar. This is really, really bad stuff here. Not only is it going to ruin the reputation of the bank globally, but particularly in China where they do a lot of business. If they get put on the blacklist there, where are they going to be doing business? This is the problem. This is HSBC Bank that does a lot of business via Hong Kong. They're already suffering because of some issues they've had not paying dividends this year to some of their big investors in Asia. And this is a problem. This is going to weigh definitely on sentiment going forward.
This Monday, the French government is sending a group of representatives to the town of Béthune, the site of a tyre factory owned by Japanese group Bridgestone. Last week, the group announced it would be ceasing all operations in Béthune next year. Both unions and the French government accusing Bridgestone of acting in bad faith. Luc Schrager reports.
863 workers to lose their jobs and a factory in northern France to close for good. Japanese tyre maker Bridgestone says it has no other option as it tries to juggle excess capacity in Europe with Asian competition. Certainly, Asian firms now hold a quarter of the market, well up from just 6% 20 years ago. But the French government says Bridgestone knew what it was facing and had a strategy in mind.
We're ready to do the maximum. We've been offering them that for years. They didn't want to hear it, and now the COVID crisis has made the business inviable. They haven't invested anything for years.
The Béthune site produces smaller tyres for older models of car, ones that aren't that profitable today. However, the multinational hasn't made the necessary investment to manufacture larger tyres for more modern vehicles. This despite repeated offers of state aid. Investments that Bridgestone seemed to have no problem making elsewhere in Europe, such as 160 million euros in Poland just 2 years ago. According to French unions, the group is now planning to open 2 new sites, one in Estonia in 2024 and another in Belarus 2 years later. 2 nations where labour is far cheaper than in France.
I'm sure that Bridgestone will receive subsidies in another country, Poland for example, to increase its production capacity with employees working 45, 60 hours a week.
With Bridgestone posting a turnover of 28 billion euros last year with 2.4 billion in net profits, it sparked an outpouring of anger from both the state and French workers.